Hi guys, welcome back to Harping on the Past.
A Theater Kid podcast where we talk about theater, past, present, and probably the future.
Probably. I'm Sheridan.
I'm Jacob.
And this is...
I'm Allie Flores. I am a freelance stage manager. I'm also friends with Sheridan and Jacob. We've been friends since college. We went to Cal State San Marcos together, and now I am here on the podcast with them.
It's the best day of our lives.
And you guys wouldn't know this, but this is definitely take two of...
It really is. That's why I paused saying my name. I forgot my name for a second.
Yeah, sorry, Allie, we are figuring out all of our technical things when it comes to doing a podcast. So
yeah.
No, you're good. This has been
patient.
the most professional setup I have ever seen.
Are you lying?
And I was instantly blown away the minute I walked in the door. No. As soon as you both started fiddling with my computer, I was like, I'm an idiot. I don't know how any of this works. So
we are literally like crash course. Like we tried to look up videos. Those didn't help.
Every
We've
single
just
episode.
kind of like trial and error. So hopefully this one doesn't have any issues.
Yes. But anyways, thank you, Allie, for joining us
Yeah,
on our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for driving all the way up here. Are you joking? Oh my goodness.
Thank you for adjusting to my lateness. Because I had a plan. I was going to leave my house by 3:30, but then time just got away and I got caught up with some things and then traffic became a thing. So
traffic sucks.
Yeah,
It's a Friday.
I don't know how you two live out here. I would not want to live out here as
We're trying to
driver.
get out of here.
We're trying to get out, and you adjust accordingly. Because, we
Yeah.
know that traffic's a problem, but yeah.
But I'd do anything for both of you, even sitting through traffic.
Oh my God, Allie, that's so nice.
It's so crazy because, like, we've talked about you coming on the podcast literally since, like, what, episode 1?
I think so. We're like, we know a stage manager. She's so good.
She's so talented. Like, this is our 10th episode.
Oh my gosh, the Big 10.
The Big 10.
Thank you,
double
10.
digits. Thank you, 10.
Thank you,
yes.
10.
That's what we should name this one.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you, 10.
Yes.
That's
Wow. And I had something else on my mind, but it's gone. Oh, you are our third guest overall and second guest in our month of guests for the podcast. And
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. I feel like there's so much for us to talk about and things that I want to talk about with you. But before we get into that, do you listen to the podcast?
I do. I am an avid listener, actually. I watch and listen to every episode
Oh my goodness.
because I love both of you.
I'm going to have you pull this down a tiny
sorry.
bit. There you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I love both of you, and I love when you both talk about theater, so I've watched every episode. And I've also watched in preparation for the day.
She did
that
her
I would come
research,
on.
baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Homework.
That's what we love to see. So you came prepared
Yes,
with your first segment. What is it?
Why am I getting fired?
Oh my gosh, we should
She
put music in.
knows.
That would be so fun. So why are you getting fired, Allie? You get to go first.
Oh God, I'm nervous. I am getting fired because I care too much about the little things that are
Yeah.
outside of my control.
Yeah, I
It's-
get that.
Wow.
I've
That's really
struggled
deep.
with it ever since I started stage managing. I've been stage managing for almost 5 years now, and to this day, it's still like, yeah, I know that's crazy.
5
right?
years?
5 years, and I've done more shows as a stage manager than I have as an actor.
Heck
Which
yeah.
is a huge milestone.
You posted about that too on social media, and I was so excited for you. I was like, that's incredible. Like, that's so freaking cool.
It
Thank
really
you.
is. You also just quit your job
I did
to be a freelance artist.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And it was scary. But I this is what I want for myself.
Yeah, of
And I
course.
feel like I have sorry.
No, you're good.
I feel like I have enough money saved up.
Yeah.
To the point where I can try this, and I also I still live at home with my parents. I only
Me
have
too.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so much more convenient, and I don't have that many bills to pay right now, so I'm just gonna see where this takes me. And
Yes.
enjoy the ride.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So caring too much about the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like has anything bad ever happened? From
Do you want the long list or the short list?
I mean, we got
We
time.
can get into it.
You're our guest.
Well, I don't want to name drop or show
No.
drop.
No, of
or
That's
course.
fine.
anything,
We are all for aliases and
Yeah.
making up
Yeah.
names.
We make up names.
I think my biggest issue, and this happened with a production I worked on this past year. I will not say what time frame it was in. It's when people do
I wish my
not
dogs
show
were
up
barking.
when they.
Sorry.
No, you're good. When people don't show up when they say they're going to show up.
Yeah.
And, like, I understand, like, life happens, but, like, if we plan ahead for something for you to show up on this day and you end up dropping the ball, like, a
Right.
few days beforehand, like, that kind of bothers me. But then again, you know, like, I need to have, like, grace and understanding because, you know, people get sick, people have things come up, that's life, it happens, so.
Yeah, and like that doesn't affect like just one person. Like a production is like a whole group of people. So
Right.
if like that person's like, oh, not gonna come, like that throws everything off.
Yeah. And it's even harder when you're doing community theater because you're not getting paid
course.
for it.
Yeah.
We all just do it because we love it. And
Right.
I think it's a beautiful thing, but also sometimes, like, it is hard. It has its hardships, as does paid, like, theater stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done shows where it's paid, right?
Yeah.
Is it like a world of difference from like community to that?
It really depends, because I have done, like, 3 community theater shows I was paid for. I should not have been paid because, you know, it's community theater. Like, who pays? I'm just doing this because I want to and it's fun. But, yeah. And then I got actually my first big paid gig was over spring with Into the Woods with New Village Arts. I was filling in for the stage manager on
Very
Wednesdays.
cool.
And I did one show filling in for an ASM on Saturday. And that rocked my world.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's continuing because you're doing ASMing
Yeah.
on a production that I'm working on.
Yes, I am one of the ASMs for the Ferryman. So
Yay.
Jacob and I are going to be seeing a lot of each other coming up.
So excited. We've already had our first
I won't be
read-through.
there.
You'll be there in spirit, though.
I'm coming to see the show.
Yes.
That's correct.
But I'm not in it. That's okay.
But yeah. Well, so since this is episode 10, you know, Sheridan and I have been doing this for 9 episodes already. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. And instead of me or Sheridan saying why we're getting fired, we're going to give a reason to each other.
Yeah.
So-
Do you want me to go? And then
Yeah.
we can like segue into our next thing.
Yeah, please. Sheridan, why am I getting fired?
Listen, I wrote this down so I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what this is.
I said Jacob's getting fired because he is so kind to everyone that he works with. And you know what? That man can carry a whole show on his back. He just works too hard.
Yep.
Okay? And everyone loves him and is just a joy to be around all the time. So, bleh, fire him.
This is, first of all, these are very kind words.
But it's true. We've seen it.
We've seen it.
And she's known you longer.
And I don't know if I'm comfortable accepting these kind words.
Listen, just take it in. Soak in the moment. Bask in the glory.
I will say, like, I do try to be kind to everyone that you're working with, because first
Yeah.
of all, that's basic knowledge. You should
For
be
sure.
kind to everyone that you're working with, but you never know who you're going to work with again in the future and things
Yeah.
like that. And honestly, that kind of like roots back to me starting out in theater. Like, I used to be like in ensemble a lot, and I remember I always wanted like the leads to talk to, but like they were all so busy in their own world, and like you kind of feel a little left out. So like, I don't know, like I just like talking to everyone in the cast. Like
Yeah.
everyone's so important, and same with the crew, like everyone who's involved in the whole process. Like the show couldn't happen without them. But
Correct.
thank you for those kind
Gavin
things.
Creel says something like that. Like what he says to other people in the business, he's always like, learn the crew's name, learn
Yeah.
everyone in the building's name so that you can like have this cohesive unit. And I just think that that's amazing.
Yeah,
And Jacob, you do it in every show you're in. And it's just so awesome to watch. I'm gonna drink some water.
Okay, I will have a little bragging moment. We had a rehearsal for the Ferryman the other day, and we were doing a name game, and all my cast members, so many of them were struggling, and I like looked around and I heard like there were 3 or 4 people that like I was maybe unsure of, but like once I heard it, I was like, got it, locked and loaded. And they were like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, like I just did it. Like I know
Yeah.
everyone's name there now.
It's just something that's important to you. So you make time for it.
Yeah, I'm like, these are gonna be like a family. Like this is gonna be a family for the next few months, you know.
We're going to
Yeah.
get very close with each other.
Very, very close. Might as well
100%.
start learning their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you.
You're so
That
welcome.
was very kind. Sheridan,
Yeah.
I just gotta say
Yeah.
that you're not getting cast
Yeah.
Not even fired. Sorry, you're just not getting cast in the show.
Yeah.
Because you are just so amazing and incredible, and you fit into too many places. And you know what I gotta say about that?
Tell me.
Is that this is gonna be a perfect segue of like our main topic that we're gonna be talking about tonight. Because
I was flabbergasted when this happened.
let me give y'all the story. We, all three of us, auditioned for this production at our
As
college
actors.
as actors, and we literally auditioned for this. Went to a callback, I think, or whatever.
But
I don't know.
everyone was called back.
Everyone was called back. I don't know. And we waited for weeks for this cast list to
Oh my
come
gosh,
out.
weeks.
It was weeks, actual weeks for this cast list to come out. And then when it finally did come out, Sheridan's name was not on the list.
Everyone but me
Everyone who
got cast.
auditioned for this show didn't, like, they all got cast, and the only one who did not was the one and only Sheridan Luro.
It was me. And listen, maybe I did it to myself. Okay? Because I was trying to branch out a little. And I made the mistake of mentioning to the director, can I, like, learn how to ASM and be in it? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, incredible. And then the cast list came out, and I was like, I was like, so I'm
Where's
not going to
my
be in
name?
it.
Where's
But
my
I will
name?
say-
I did ASM it, though.
I will say, like, starting rehearsals for that show,
Yeah.
I was very jealous that you were ASM.
No,
and you
honestly-
didn't have to learn any of these lines.
Honestly,
You
maybe
didn't have to go through any of these weird exercises.
I think I maybe dodged a bullet.
I think
Yeah, you
everyone
did.
was jealous in the end. But anyway, the director,
Said to me,
he went up to Sheridan, and, like, this was, like, out of nowhere, right? He literally was like, you were my problem.
yes.
Did he say that to you?
He looked me dead in the eyes and he went, Sheridan, you were my problem. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, the reason why it took forever is because you were the problem. And I was like, I don't understand what that means. And he goes, you just fit too many places. So I thought I would just eliminate the problem and put you as the ASM since you expressed interest, and then just filled everything else in. And I was like, I don't know how
Which
I feel
is
about that.
so incredibly messed up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And also because, like, we kind of were, or at least you were a little closer to this director.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe, like, message or, like, email you being like, hey, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to handle it. Like, it's college theater. Like, it's not like it's all that serious. But I don't know. To me, that just, why, like, waste, the talent you have? Like, you would have been great, like, in any role. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't have been cast. But
And
Yeah.
even with shows like outside of like school that I have been part of for casting wise, like yes, we always have those people where they fit in so many places we don't know where to put them, but we find a spot for them
Right.
eventually. Like we just got to sit on it for a couple days. So I don't know what
Yeah.
this guy was
But
thinking.
I also, like, I just helped cast a show at my high school. Literally last night, I helped cast it. So I get it. Like, there are those people that you simply could put anywhere. But it's like you said, you find somewhere to put them. I mean, in this case, like, it was fine because I learned how to ASM and whatever. I broke a freaking set piece, but that's fine. But it did sting a little, like, in the moment to have everyone else that was at that callback, like, get in. And then I was like, okay. Especially in college, like, you need the credit.
Yeah.
So it was like,
And that's something
shoot.
I mean, this can be a conversation for another time or sometime later in this episode, but like, I absolutely hate that they make you do shows for credits. Like,
Yeah?
I hate
Is
it.
this your hot take?
This is my hot take.
Oh my God, let's talk
Alright,
about it.
Okay.
I like it.
Colleges.
College.
Why do you make them go? Why do you make the students go do shows for credits
Yeah.
while also expecting them to show up to class and do all their homework and pay for tuition and go out and get a job that's part time or something that'll
Yeah.
hold them over and make sure they have enough money? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's a lot. I will say, because I can agree with that. Yes. I mean, I would want to do the show anyway. I
Right.
think
I mean, same,
my
yeah.
biggest problem is they didn't give you enough credits for all the work that you're putting in.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
For the hours and the commitment that you had to have for the show, and to only receive 2 units of credit.
Yeah.
Was it only 2?
It was only 2. It's
Why
ridiculous.
did I think it was 4?
I'm pretty sure crew members like only got 1 credit.
Yes.
Oh,
by
we
the way.
did. We did only get 1
Yeah.
But then I thought that was only because of the show that we did that like really quick turnaround with.
We received 4 units of credit one time because it was technically a double show during the Bald Soprano and the Leader. That was the only reason. And I didn't even put that together until after. I was like, well, why did we get 4 units of credit for that show and I'm only getting 2 for this? And I realized it's because we were doing 2 shows.
You're telling me Forever Dusty, I only got 2 credits for that?
That's correct.
I worked my took us off in that show.
Yeah, Boeing, 2 credits. 2 units. That's it. For the hours and all the lines that you have to memorize, you only get 2 units. I will say, though, that they have a new major at the school now.
Yeah.
And the unit requirement for that, I think, is lower. Because it used to be ridiculous. It was like 15 or 16 units required of you to be in shows.
Performance credits.
And I'm like, that is, first of all, if you want your students to be doing that much, you got to give them more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, the men of the department will not graduate because they don't have enough shows for the men.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been.
And also, like, there's so much attention to the acting and performing side of theater, which is great, which is fantastic.
Right.
Absolutely. There was only one class dedicated to tech, and there
Yes.
were no classes dedicated to stage management or design. And if it was design, like, it was just a small little class that
Yeah.
happened only once a week, once in a blue moon.
I used to have that conversation with people in my neighborhood. I was like, because some of them went to school for theater, and they had costume classes and a lighting class and I don't know, a makeup class, you know? And I was like, we didn't get that. We had one that was like everything together, and it was like 1 week is this, 1 week is this. Like, we never learned really costume, did we?
No, that's
We
never been a
never
thing.
really learned makeup. I mean, we learned lights and like the colors and stuff like that, but
And then you would pick the thing you wanted to focus on. Like we focused on set design or
we
set
did.
building.
Dude, my set was so cool.
Yours
That was
pretty
with the
cool.
same person
Yeah.
that directed the show.
Yes. But are we comfortable with saying the show's name?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
It's
so
not on my resume anymore.
it's not on mine either. I don't think I ever put it on my resume actually. The show that we did, we won't say the director's name, but we did The Resistible Rise of Arturo Ui. And if you have no idea what that is, neither do we. Sorry. Or at least I had no clue what that was until I heard about the auditions for the show. But the way I describe it to people, because there's honestly so much in that show, is kind of like a gangster take of what was going on with like Hitler.
Yeah. It's satire for
It's-
like
yes.
Hitler's rise in a weird theatrical way.
Yeah. So, but also just the way that we executed the show was so bizarre and so
It was so
different.
bizarre. I mean, I thought it was cool. Like, it looked cool to the eye.
That's nice.
It did. But I mean, I can imagine being in it feeling like it was just so over the top. Like, we talked about the Bald Soprano. Like, it feels like it was the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, the same, but I think for me, I would rank it worse.
Really?
I am going to be
No, I
completely
believe it.
honest.
Yes, Jacob.
And I'm so sorry, but this is how I felt, what was going on,
Yeah.
and how I rank my college experience. And I'm not knocking my fellow actors because I think we had some incredible performances from some of them, and they were great. From some of them, I will say some. You were great. You were fine. I enjoyed your performance a lot in that show.
Didn't you play someone named Bowl?
No, you called someone named Bull. You would go,
Oh.
Bull!
Oh, no, I played Sheet.
Sheet. Okay. Keep going, Jacob. I just
But
thought
this
it was
show is honestly the epitome of like my least favorite show I've ever done. Not
That's
even
tea.
in college. So far, it's like the bottom of my list, like ever. And I think it's just because it felt very disorganized, delayed, and I wasn't sure what the direction was. And I just couldn't get behind a lot of, the decisions. I didn't like my part. Like, I was bored most of the time. And it was strange. It was just
Yeah.
weird.
I thought the set was kind of cool.
The set was interesting.
Yeah, with like the moving walls.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't agree?
I mean,
That's okay.
like,
I'm just trying to be like the light
It's very-
in it.
yeah,
artistic.
no. Some of the theatrical elements were good. I will say that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it just. I think
there were a lot of funny moments that like we can look back on now. Like
Oh,
the,
absolutely.
like we have funny like bloopers from it.
yeah.
You know, but I mean the experience wasn't great.
No.
No. And
Oh my goodness, my
I will say,
dogs.
like I said, I saw some incredible performances from some of the actors that I was like, man, I wish that could have been like the whole show.
Right,
yeah.
Because that was such a great moment. But I think, and also like we had such a weird rehearsal process.
We sure did.
Like before we even, again, like I talked about with Bald Soprano, before we even dug
gosh, my
into the
dogs.
script, we had to do you remember the mask work we had to do?
I don't. All I remember is that weird exercise where we had to lay on the ground and then we had to.
I'm coming back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
can
And then
keep
we'll,
talking.
we'll keep chatting away.
These dogs to stop.
Okay.
Just don't
Bye,
bump our this is gonna be interesting
It's okay.
as Sheridan maneuvers out of the room.
I believe in you. You got this.
Right? Go, Sheridan, go. Go, Sheridan, go.
I don't remember much from Uwe besides the rehearsal process and the staging and that weird exercise that one guy made us did where we had to lie on the ground and then we woke up and then we had to describe what we were seeing.
That's
Like,
right.
The rocks, the trees, and the sky.
I totally forgot about
And
that.
he flat out told me, "Are you sure that's what you're seeing? Because I don't believe it." And I was like, to be fair, like I was trying to put a little effort in. I wasn't putting too much effort in, but
No, I will say, like, I feel like I was putting in effort because that's who I was. Like, I wanted to be there. Like, don't get me wrong. When the process was starting, I was excited, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I was so glad to be there with friends and to be doing a show again. And it was just really more as we kept going that I was like, I'm believing in this project less and less.
Yeah.
You know, but before, like part of that whole like exercise of us getting up and describing what we're seeing, we also had days where we would just wear these blank white masks and walk around the space or like the back theater, the black box theater. And I remember one girl, and I felt the same way. Like we were like, we don't like these masks. Like it's just so much to be doing all this work. Like, can we not put them on or take a pause from doing them? And the person was like, yeah, no, keep them on. And we had to keep going with the masks. And it was so bizarre. Like
What's going on?
I was so uncomfortable, but yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
I remember you guys talking about that now. About being like, what in the heck?
Sheridan, fix your microphone.
Technical difficulties.
Technical
Sorry.
difficulty. We'll figure this all out in the editing, but
I
yeah,
still think Sheridan and Jacob are computer whizzes. So every time I watch them, and even like entering this room and seeing their setup, I was like,
that's so
wow.
that's so kind. It
What in the heck?
anyway, we'll just keep talking while Sheridan toggles that.
All right.
And also the makeup for that show
Gosh, the makeup.
was like unlike anything I had ever seen in my whole life.
I do not wear makeup unless it's for a special occasion. So the fact that I had to add like white face paint and green face paint and like gold face paint to my face, like
Right.
it was it was rough.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Are you good?
Is it?
Are you back?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think you're back yet. Sorry.
Would you like to
Wait,
share
wait.
microphones?
Am I back?
Sharing is caring.
That looks like I'm back.
Thank you, back.
Does it look like it?
No, but yeah, the face paint. First of all, we had to do all the makeup ourselves. We didn't have a makeup crew.
Nope.
As we've talked about, there were no makeup classes. It was all up to you to get this makeup done. And my makeup was a box. I had white, like going around my eyes and my eyebrow, and then it was then followed by black outside. So it was meant to kind of look like a TV square. And I remember just like constantly like, I think I got zits from it.
Yep.
And like I had like terrible acne. And then one of the actor who had the same makeup as me, because we were bodyguards together, had the audacity, I was so irritated, to tell me that the lines I was painting weren't straight. And I was so mad in that moment. I was like, I don't care that my lines on my face aren't straight, because who else is going to notice from a distance? There was just so much in that show that it blows my mind.
I think I'm back.
Are
Thank
you
you
back
back.
now?
Am I?
I don't know. It's weird.
I feel like that looks like what it normally looks like.
Then sure,
I
maybe
mean,
you're
I can
back.
hear you in
It
my
kind of
phone,
looks like, is it doing the thing like where your computer's taking your audio instead of the microphone?
It says, I don't know. I didn't even hit a button when I left. That's why I'm confused.
Do you want to share mics with me?
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
The technical difficulties of having a podcast, guys.
They're still tech whizzes.
No.
Yes, they are.
lie. But yeah, what was that experience like for you as an actor? Like, did that make you excited to do more acting, or really like did it like make you like maybe be like, maybe I should try stage managing?
That was not the show that made me be like, well, and we could touch on this later. Like, it was more so like there wasn't a specific instance that happened that was negative where I was like, yeah, I want to try stage management. It was all like a positive experience, and I
Right.
kind of fell into it. But my reaction to Uwe was just kind of like, oh, like, now I can say I performed in a college show.
Right.
That's really what it was for me.
Mhm.
Just getting to perform in a college show with my friends at the time, and yeah, that's that's the
Yeah.
only reaction I have. I will say my mom is still a huge fan of that production to this day,
Really?
and I
Of which
do
one?
not know why.
Of which show?
Of Uwe,
Really?
yeah, she
Oh my
says that's the
I
best.
think I'm back.
Thank you, back.
Does that look like I'm back?
Yeah, I think Jacob.
I think.
Oh, thank goodness.
I
Sorry,
hope.
keep going.
Thank goodness.
We'll know when we edit.
This is going to be really hard to edit, but that's fine.
Did you save the other clip?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's all that matters.
Your mom loved Uwe.
My mom loved Uwe, and I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. She would tell me. She was like, the way that your director did this and this and this was so great. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was like a spectacle.
you.
It was cool. At
There
least
were
I
some
thought it
cool
was.
things about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But like I said, I felt as an actor confused of the direction that we were supposed to be taking at
Yeah.
times. And I'm not gonna lie, I was bored. Like, I only had a few lines, and I feel like a lot of like everyone else had way more lines than me, which doesn't matter. But like when we would do like the rehearsals where we sit down and break down the script, they're like, "What does this line mean?" And everyone's has these deep, profound lines, and I'm like, my line is literally, "Guys, quiet. The boss wants quiet here." Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to break that down. Like, I know what that means.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What's your motivation to say that line?
Right? And like, I don't know. Everyone's talking too loud.
Motivation.
See? I think we're fine. Right?
Oh yeah.
No? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
It looks.
But I could be
It
wrong.
looks correct to me.
Because I'm
like,
literally going to
comparing-
lose my freaking mind. I really feel like it's fine. But
No,
Jacob
I-
doesn't, so I have to fix
It
it.
looks fine from my end. That's how mine looks.
Well, if you like tap your microphone, see, like you'll see when like it jumps up. Yeah, today I drove past the duck pond. I do have some questions for you though, Allie, since you
Yay.
are here on the podcast.
Yes.
And you've already like got into it a little bit, but what's been like your favorite show that you've stage managed? Or like top two or
Ooh.
three?
Top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mapped this out because I have done plays and musicals and theme park shows.
Yes.
So I have one for each category.
Perfect.
And like no hate to all the shows I have stage managed. Like
Right.
I've had different experiences with each one, and they've they've all been great for a lot of reasons. Oh, do we need to stop?
No.
Okay. So my favorite play that I have stage managed is Every Christmas Story Ever Told and Then Some.
Wow.
My favorite musical, I have two. Two favorite musicals I've stage managed are Rent and Into the Woods. And my favorite theme park show I've stage managed is called Elmo's Christmas Wish.
2 Christmas shows.
Yeah, lots of Christmas. I've stage managed a lot of Christmas shows.
That's so cool.
And not even ones that are like super Christmas based, but like Christmas happens in
Right.
them.
And that's perfect because we are in the month of December now.
Yes, my favorite. Love Christmas.
And it is the Christmas holiday season.
Yes.
That's so cool. And it's fine that none of the shows that I've been in with you were
Okay,
on the list.
listen.
No, but like I totally get it.
I would say like Boeing is like just right under the cusp of Every Christmas Story. And the reason Every Christmas Story is first is because that is the show that made me want to stage manage for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So, but
That's
Boeing
valid.
came after, and I'm very grateful. And shout out to Jason Everwine, who
my
directed that
God.
show.
I love
Gosh,
Jason.
There, is that better?
It was.
You are back now.
I'm
There we go.
back.
That's
Thank you,
fixed.
back.
Oh my gosh. Jason Eberwine, he's like my fairy godfather. I love that man.
Jason's great.
I wonder if he listens. I should text him.
We'll send him
And
this
I-
episode. Be
and
like, check this
his
out.
family's great too. His kids,
Yes.
his wife,
Oh my
like
gosh, his kids are so
they're
cute.
so cute. They're growing up fast. Like I remember during Boeing, like his wife was expecting his second child.
Yeah.
And now his second child is like a toddler.
Yeah.
It's wild.
He's probably like almost 4. 3?
Like 3? Yeah, 3.
That's crazy.
Something like that. That's
That is
crazy. 'Cause we did
insane.
Boeing in 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
And
crazy.
it's the same with like the first director I worked with who taught me how to stage manage. Shout out David Guthrie. Thank you for teaching me how to stage
Hey.
manage.
Thank you
You're gonna
so
deny
much.
it. That he denies it all the time. He's like, I didn't teach you. And I'm like, yes, you did. Shut up.
Honestly, like, even if he didn't, like, teach you,
Yeah.
like, he gave you the opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing.
Exactly. I hope he watches this.
Oh my gosh, David.
Send
Hey.
him- we'll send him the link.
Send him a link.
Be like, here, check this out.
Watch this. But no, when I met him and his partner Cassiopeia, who's also amazing, also taught me how to be a leader and like stage manage too. Like shout out Cassiopeia Guthrie. Yeah.
Hey, girl.
And I met both of their kids. They were like 6 and oh my gosh, I'm trying to do math. 4. They're gonna be 13 next year.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Teenagers.
6 and 9, 6 and 8, I want to say. And now
Wow.
one of them's gonna be a teenager next year, and
That's crazy.
their other one's gonna turn 10 in like a few weeks. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
Happy birthday.
lots of directors and like their families I have grown up with over the past couple of years.
That's amazing. Are you asking the questions that you have?
I was, but I wanted to throw it back really quick, back to the topic of ooey, just because your mic was
I'm so sorry.
breaking down.
I don't know what happened. I left the room and it literally like stopped. I didn't even hit stop.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's fine.
We're back now.
We will cut it in the reruns.
Yeah, well, it'll get fixed. But we were talking about, us as actors, the things like costume and makeup. But what was your experience like, Sheridan, being the ASM?
Oh, it was lovely.
Great.
Yeah, I got to sit and like watch tech. Like tech from an ASM's perspective, it's thrilling. I didn't
Right.
really have to do anything. And that sounds really bad. But like I just sat with the director and we talked about what was going on.
Yep.
Cuz I remember the show wasn't ready yet
No.
during tech. It was
was
not
not.
ready and we had like a family meeting. Do you remember that? And it was
Yes,
like,
I
are
do.
we all going to stay late tonight or what are we doing? Do you remember that?
Yep.
That was crazy. Did you
Yep.
guys talk about that?
No.
No.
It was more stressful, I think, during the actual run because the people in the booth were like, Sheridan, you need to go fix this. Sheridan, you need to fix this because I was backstage. And they told me to move a set piece and I pulled it and it snapped right before a scene. And our friend came to the show and got it on video.
Totally caught it on camera. It's so funny. But that is true. I think part of the reason why I have so much resentment for it is because I don't think we were ready to go up.
It wasn't
Because
ready.
So many actors, myself included, I'm not gonna lie, we didn't know our lines.
It also, there were a lot of parts.
There was so much of the script was cut and adjusted for our group to do it. And honestly, I would be up on stage sometimes and I would hear something as we're performing, and then I'd go, that's what that means? I'm like,
Right.
oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Totally missed that during the process.
Yeah,
Yeah, just because it's so like plunked out in rehearsals.
Yeah.
That it's like so out of order, and then you see the show for the first time, and you're like, Like I genuinely could not tell you the order of that show.
No.
I couldn't tell you my favorite part of that show because I don't remember any of it.
We had,
That's what I was saying too.
Yeah.
I have memories of being on stage and like a little bit of the rehearsal process, and I don't remember anything else.
All I remember from rehearsal is that one time that our dear friend, you know our friend, went, "My mother says she'll take," or "My mother says no." That one.
Okay,
It was
I
so
know who
funny.
you're talking
Do you remember
about
that?
now.
And all of us giggled because it was so funny the way they
Yeah.
delivered
That's
it. What else do I remember?
do you remember when one of our actors, this is technically during invited dress, didn't show up on stage? Missed his
Oh.
entrance?
Yeah, and I was told to go get them.
Yeah.
They said, "Can you go get this person?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "Where is he?" And I said, "Oh, he's writing on the whiteboard. Is he supposed to be on stage?"
Oh my gosh.
And I went, "Get on stage!"
Is he supposed to be on stage?
And our lead came off stage and went, "I'll go find him." Didn't they say that like on stage?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget it because I was on stage at this point, but I'm a bodyguard. My task was literally looking out into the audience, so I'm not watching the scene. And they're doing their thing, they're going, and then it's just quiet, and it was like da 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 da, stop. And then I was like, what's going on? I was like,
You're like, I don't know the show well enough to know.
I can't save it. I'm just a bodyguard. What am I supposed to do? And then it's quiet, and then I hear, nah, I got a better idea. Let me go get my partner, Ernesto Loma.
I think I remember that.
And this actor walked off the stage and pulled on the actor who missed their entrance. And then the play continued.
And the worst part was that I was like, "You're supposed to be on stage," and he was like, "What?" And then he got dragged on stage, and he came off stage, and he was like, "Oh," like he wasn't even worried.
He wasn't even upset.
No, he was just like, "Whoops."
As we were told in high school that missing an entrance cue was the biggest sin in acting, I was feeling stressed for him.
Yes, I was too, because that did happen in high school. Where is he? And he was like, "Hey," eating popcorn in the back of the
I'm eating
theater.
popcorn.
I'm eating popcorn. You're supposed to be on stage.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
And then
Yeah.
I had a lot of personal problems, like in that. Well, I still have a lot of personal problems. In that show, I was supposed to like shoot my gun, and I dropped it on stage, and the gun sound effects were still going, and I looked totally just
I don't
dumb.
remember that.
Yeah.
This wasn't a blooper, but it still gets me every time one of our friends had a doll, and in order to get it to walk, he had to keep telling himself, 1, 2, 1,
Yes.
2, to get it because it was like a doll that like you just have to lean it back and forth and it'll like actually make steps. But he couldn't do it unless he was 1, 2.
This show must sound so bizarre. Like,
Yeah.
You had to be there.
you
You
really
had
had
to
to
be
be
You
there.
had to be there to see it all unfold.
I feel bad. I didn't invite
sister-in-law.
anybody. In my defense, my family was gone for the weekend, and I was also mad because I couldn't go away with them because I had the show. But I didn't tell anybody about this play, guys. I'm
Some of the
sorry.
lines though were so funny. My sister-in-law told me,
That he kept an automatic pistol underneath his armpit.
"I'm Pat."
And yet I remember so many lines from the show. Like, they live there
Do you
rent-free.
remember when someone's button eye popped off?
Yes, because I was in that scene. Again, so many things being said. Like, people are probably like, "What the, what the hell
They're like
is
a
this?"
doll. I'm like pistol.
Pistol, a
I'm
doll.
Pat.
So, like I
button
said,
eye.
like we did the show so weird. So we had a character who was called the actor, and they
Oh
had
my
to
gosh!
like.
Speaking of Everwine, he just liked our story.
Wow. So he's with us here tonight. But yeah, so the character who is the actor had to like give like this big speech because Uwe is like a representation of like Hitler. So and Hitler is known for giving his like
Sure.
his big like rally speeches. So Uwe had to do the same thing. And during one night, for whatever reason, this character had a button covering their eye. It totally
No,
fell
it
off.
wasn't them.
Oh.
It was It was the one doing the Shakespeare
Yeah,
thing.
it's the same thing.
No, it's a different character.
This is awkward because
It wasn't Uwe.
did we have 2 button eyes fall off in that play?
Uwe didn't have a button eye.
Yeah, they did.
No, it was the one with the person with the long hair.
Yeah, this is
That's
during,
whose eye fell off.
yeah, this is during Uwe.
Yes, but I'm talking about the long hair person was doing their Shakespeare monologue.
Oh,
And it went,
I think we're thinking of 2 different events.
the person playing Uwe didn't have a button on their eye.
No, I'm not talking about Uwe. I'm talking about the actor. The character
Actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the character's name was Actor.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were doing their thing, and the button fell off, and they went, "Oh,
Oh,
I thought it looked cool." Which,
I thought you were saying it was the person playing Uwe, and I was
No.
like, they did not have it.
no, which I guess was a good cover, but I was like,
Thought it looked cool.
damn.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever, like, something went wrong and you, like, comment on it on stage? Has that ever happened to you? I don't think I've done that.
Not on stage, but backstage. If like something happens, I'll cuss like under my breath, or like just loud enough to
This-
where I'm not using like a loud thing.
The same person we were talking about who missed an entrance in high school came off stage and their mic was still on and they went, "Man, totally biffed that line." And the whole audience heard.
And just,
Sorry, that was off topic. Oh,
that
man.
happens.
It
That happened
happens.
frequently in high school. Like, someone in a high school production of Bridget to Terabithia was like, "Sorry, guys, I'm about to cuss." They said, "Bitch." And yeah, totally was heard. and he tried to cover it up. He was like, "I said bench." And we're like, "No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You really didn't."
Own it. It's okay.
When I was in Beauty and the Beast, the Beast missed his entrance for one of his songs.
Perfect.
And
As you
and
do.
the light came on to his tower, and he wasn't there. And then 5 seconds later, you hear, "Oh shit!" over the speakers, and then he finally comes on. Audience is laughing, applauding.
You guys, one thing about Miss Allie Flores right here, she has the best theater stories, honey. She told us one time, this still sticks with me.
Oh no, I know.
She did a production of Children of Eden,
Yep.
and she was an actor, and she was singing, right?
Yep.
Tell them what happened. This was the funniest story you
I
have ever
went
told
to
me.
hold a note, because we had to hold it for however many seconds. I don't even remember.
An ungodly amount.
But in the middle of that, I burped, and then I continued to hold the note.
So you straight up, how old were you?
I was, oh God, how old was I? Math. Sorry, I gotta backtrack. I think
That's
I was,
okay. Like middle school.
Oh, I was 20.
Sheridan, Sheridan fully convinced this happened in high school.
Sheridan, I've only been doing theater since I was a junior in high school.
You were 20 years old.
Yes, I was 20 years old.
And you're standing there and you said, ha, ha.
Yeah. Not that specific note, but yes.
That makes the story 10 times funnier. Oh, also sorry to your eardrums, people. Oh, that is so funny.
I got more funny stories.
Oh my gosh,
like,
tell us
from
one. Tell us.
Right on the spot.
from
Tell us
acting
right
and
now.
stage managing.
Oh man, I love bloopers. I really do. Jacob and I have been laughing at one recently from Wicked.
Yes.
Where Kristen Chenoweth, she wasn't supposed to go on because she
Oh my
wasn't
gosh.
feeling good. And she goes, what is it?
She starts singing because I don't know the whole story. There's several stories that I've heard, but the
Yeah.
person said like she wasn't supposed to go on, like she was not feeling well, and they called her up because her
She was like on
standby had
medicine
left,
or something.
and she's like, "Let us rejoicify to see us through."
And it's just go, let us rejoicify that goodness could subdue the wicked workings of you know who.
and
she
she
went,
said, "No, it's a wicked witch."
imagine you're in Wicked and you're just like, the wicked witch. It's just so
Creative
good.
It makes me laugh so hard.
Oh man, the people's eardrums are probably like, whoa, it's so good.
Wicked witch.
It's so wicked witch.
It's like just how quiet she says it too. It's
Like
so...
she really was like, and the wicked witch. Like totally under her breath. It's so good. There was one time like her bed didn't come on. I want my bed. I want my bed.
Oh, it's so good.
Man.
Did you want to ask me more questions?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
You
sorry.
want to ask me more, Jacob? No, sorry.
It's all
I
about
know you guys
Allie.
have a list. And...
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
Do you have the other questions?
Sorry, not to change.
Which
the
ones did you already
subject.
ask?
I only asked one. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, they're on my phone.
Perfect, because my phone is not being...
Is the
You
camera.
asked what my favorite show I've stage managed is.
Yes.
And I categorized
Um,
them.
and we kind of already got into it. I had a question like how you got into stage managing, and we,
Oh, I can tell the story.
yeah,
Which one are you telling?
The how I got into stage management.
Okay, yeah. And then we'll do the other one after.
So in 2018, I was gearing up for my senior year of college, and our friend, I'm gonna name drop for this story.
Go ahead.
Our friend Dominique. Sweet
Oh my gosh, hey
We
girl.
love Dominique.
She was
I think
putting
we've
on,
talked about her on here.
Yeah, she was putting on an alumni piece with this play called Almost Maine. And I went through the process, audition, callback. I didn't get cast, but I reached out to her and I was like, I still want to help you with this production. Like, let me know what you need, how I can help. And she was like, I need an ASM. And I was like, cool, I don't know how to do that. And she was like, just follow your SM and your other ASM. And I did, and it was amazing. Simultaneously, during Almost Maine, I was working on Jesus Christ Superstar with Patio Playhouse. That's where I met David and Cassiopeia and so many other people. And one of the people that was in Superstar with me was in the cast for Almost Maine. And they noticed how good of a job I
Jacob and
did for Almost Maine that they recruited me to stage manage David's show. David and this person both asked me to be their stage manager for every Christmas story I ever told, and then some. And I said yes, still saying like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Like, this is my first time.
Yeah.
And David's like, it's okay. We're gonna learn together. This is like my second time directing. We're just gonna learn off each other, and we did. And that was
amazing.
That Christmas show is the show that made me want to stage manage and forget about acting.
Wow. Yeah. That's also a perfect segue into the next question. Is like, could you ever see yourself going back to acting, or are you strictly? Stage managing.
I am strictly stage manager.
Mm-hmm.
However, I did have to fill in for a couple days with this last show I stage managed because we were just down so many people. So I needed to go on stage and wear a mic, and I did some choreography, and I had to sing, and yeah.
Are you talking? Can we talk about what show it was? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Was this for Big Fish?
It was for Big Fish, yes.
Oh my
you are a
gosh.
star.
You guys, we have a real star on our hands, okay?
And it was really weird because the mic tape felt weird on my face, and I didn't like it.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
didn't
mic tape does feel weird.
And I didn't like wearing a microphone. I hated it.
But you wear a microphone on your headset.
Yeah, but like it's not taped
different
to my
on.
Yeah, and like I don't have like a burning hot pack like glued to my body. Like
The things that we don't talk about
Yeah.
that actors have to do.
I also filled in for an event that wasn't like super important because we lost one of our actors to do a section of every Christmas story. So I just hopped in and yeah.
That's so fun.
So, but, like, if I were to direct another show again, Allie, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I lost an actor. Like I need you.
You do it.
Would you come through
If
for me?
it's for emergency purposes and the show still needs to go on and you have exhausted every last effort, you don't have an understudy, or like all the understudies are on stage already, like, yes, I will go on.
You heard it here first,
Okay,
folks.
but don't ever go into planning a show being like, I want Allie for this part.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nope.
that's fair.
Okay, but you'll stage manage for us.
I will stage manage, yes.
Okay.
As long as she's free, because Allie is a booked in busy lady.
She really is. So, did we talk about Christmas shows?
We started to, but
Because you did every Christmas story. Mm-hmm. I've done a Christmas show.
let's talk about that.
It was called Rented Christmas.
Wow. Is this
What in
Rent
the
the
Jonathan
musical
Larson-
but Christmas?
I know. What'd you say, Jacob?
Is this Rent the musical but Christmas
Oh
time?
my gosh, imagine.
The whole first act is Christmas time.
Yeah, see, I couldn't tell you what I saw
Listen.
Rent. I forgot.
In Jacob's defense, the night that we saw that show, someone collapsed in the audience.
That is
Yeah.
true.
So we were a bit on edge.
Heat exhaustion.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Anyways, I did this show called Rented Christmas. It's about like this family. Family? No, we played a family. It was like a no.
Doesn't even know what the plot of this play is.
I just know I was an orphan.
You were
and
a
I
fan-
had-
You were an
Are
orphan.
you sure you didn't do Annie?
Yeah, I have done that show.
Same.
No, but I was an orphan, and there were other orphans with me, and we had to play a family because this man wanted a family for Christmas.
Oh, that sounds right.
So they had
rented
to
Christmas.
rent a Christmas.
Oh, that's sweet.
Was it?
That's kind of sad, actually. That's
was
like
really
really
sad.
depressing.
Yeah, I don't
Where
remember
did
what
you do
happened.
this?
Where?
Yeah.
At a community theater at a church.
Oh,
One of my first years of college.
that's
Love
cool.
So, book me for Broadway. No, but I remember one of the songs was so weird, and I was like, "We're hanging up the Christmas tree." It was the weirdest show. And I remember there were little kids in it, and one of them sat on my lap, and she never remembered when she was supposed to say her line, but I did, so I had to tap her little leg. I sat there and I went, and she'd be like, "And me too, Mama." Like, yeah, that's the only Christmas show I've done.
Yeah.
What about you, Jacob?
I've only done one Christmas show also, but I did it twice. When
Wasn't it
did I
like
do this?
spooky?
No, it wasn't spooky.
I thought it was.
Well, I mean, it was. I did it. Yeah, mine was in college too, actually. I did it was called "It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol," and
I
to
feel like
put-
I've heard of this before.
it's it was fun. It was interesting. It's really ultimately what it was like a stage version of "It's a Wonderful Life,"
And Christmas Carol.
but took pieces of Christmas Carol and like integrated them in. Like the ending, I know, is different. And yeah, it was fun. But again, like I feel like I didn't do much in this show.
The second act of every Christmas story ever told and then some is called "It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol."
Really?
Yeah,
How
Juicy.
interesting.
because the story of this whole show is like they're these three actors and they want to put on a Christmas Carol. They do it every year, but one of the actors is like, "No, we do this every year. Like, why don't we shake it up?" And they end up shaking it up. Like they talk about holiday traditions and like there's a segment about Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And then they finally do Christmas Carol in Act 2, but then one of the actors is like, "Wait, we forgot to do It's a Wonderful Life." So they go through and they do the entire story of A Christmas Carol mixed in with the story of It's a Wonderful Life.
That's funny.
I mean,
So-
that's kind of what we did, but it seriously for a whole 2 acts. I played. My character's name was Eustace.
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 And it was really weird because it's a Wonderful Life and it takes place over like years. And so like I'm supposed to be aging up and I don't look like I'm aging at all throughout the show. It's fine. And you know, I'm supposed to be like the uncle to the main character and I look 30 years younger than him. It's
Perfect.
fine. It was a community theater show.
Yeah.
It was a good time. We did it in 2 different locations. We did the first year was a women's center in Escondido. Don't even know the name of it, but
Perfect.
we set up like our little mock set. Like there's not even a stage. Like it wasn't even on a stage. Like we just set up lights and flat ground, and that's what we did in the second year. It was at the Center for the Arts in Escondido.
Oh,
So-
on
It's
that
a nice
big
theater.
stage?
Not on the big stage. They have like a little small area, like another
Near the museum?
space. Yeah,
Wow.
that you can perform in. And same thing. Like there's not an actual stage there. They have like risers and seats for people to sit, and then you
Was
sit
it the
up down
outside?
there. It wasn't outside. It was still inside. But yeah, that space was a lot better to do the show in. But it's so interesting because like the director was also like the writer of the show.
Oh, okay.
And so the second year we did it, like, was changed. Like, he changed a character's role in the show. Like,
Wow.
made them more, like, important to the plot. So, but that's, like, the only experience I have doing Christmas stuff, and both years I was doing it, I was stressed out of my mind, not because of the show itself, but because of what was going on.
Yeah.
The first year I did it, I was stressed because I started driving for the first
Ooh.
time, and it was raining like almost every single
my
night.
gosh.
And going from Escondido back up here terrified me. And then the second year, there were fires all around Southern California. So like I felt like I couldn't go home afterwards. I had to drive to our apartment and camp out there because I was like, there's nowhere safe to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But
Oh my gosh. Ouch.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
I got to bring up the
Christmas.
goose.
Christmas.
Oh my gosh, sing to us, Allie. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Sorry.
I will only activate my singing voice for emergency purposes. I apologize.
She said that is locked.
Locked and lit. Oh my gosh, I have a hair on my eyeball.
I do love Christmas carols though, and I love the jingle bells. I love it all.
You love the jingle bells?
Yeah. I saw you saw Candlelight Carol, right, at Disneyland
Yeah.
before.
Candlelight procession. They do it every year. It's basically they bring in a celebrity to tell the story of the birth of baby Jesus.
They do.
Yeah.
I have they
No,
yeah,
they do.
that's
They
what they
like,
do.
bring in a choir.
I'm sorry.
like-
It just made me giggle. The birth of baby Jesus made me giggle.
I bring us some baby Jesus.
And I've seen like a bunch of different celebrities. The last person I saw do it was Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's
and
so
it was-
freaking cool.
It was amazing.
When Jacob did it, it was Dick Van Dyke.
It was not Dick Van Dyke.
Oh.
No, I don't know who did it. I can't remember it. But if you look up Candlelight Carol 2015, because it was
Who did the Dick Van Dyke one?
like the year before me had Dick Van Dyke, or the year after, something like that. But yeah, the person who I had, I was like, I don't know who you are. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Should I
don't
look it
know
up?
this man. He could be walking down the street,
They used to
wouldn't know
do.
a thing.
They used to do a lot of like B-list celebrities, but I feel like in recent years, like they've gotten a lot of good celebrities. Like Viola Davis just did it.
Yeah.
And I was very sad that I missed it.
They had one year, which I don't know. Like, I was upset when I learned this. They had Lana Parala, who played the evil queen from Once Upon a Time, do it.
I think I got to be there for that one.
I think that was the year after. I was so mad because we didn't get in that year.
You had Chandra Wilson, Daniel Day Kim, and America Ferrera.
That doesn't sound right. I would have
That's
remembered
what
those
it
names.
says.
In 2015?
Yeah, I can't. Oh, that's at Epcot.
Oh, yes. There's one in
Yeah.
Disney World. I was in the one at Disneyland because we're in California. But it's so cool because, like, that whole process, like, being in Candlelight is, like, really, like, prestigious.
Wait, you got to be like in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I performed in it.
I'm so jealous.
Lana
Yeah.
Parrilla?
No, that was the year after me.
That says 2015. Rock Hudson?
Oh, I lied. It was 2014. I'm so sorry. That makes sense. I was thinking the year before I graduated. That wouldn't make sense. It would have been 2014. I apologize.
Linda Eckworth? Jodie Benson?
Nope, didn't have those people.
That's what it's.
I had a man.
You had a man?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I had a man.
Sterling K. Brown?
Oh, he was last year. He was so good. I didn't see him in person, but like I
I don't
watched
know
the.
if I had him.
Craig Y?
He was on some shows. I don't know. There's videos of it on YouTube, but yeah, you couldn't see me. I was like right behind the big tree.
Oh, that's. Oh, I want to look it up now.
It's okay because there's a lot of songs in that.
Uh-huh.
Did I know them all? Absolutely not. Or I didn't know my parts in the song. Like they'd be like, "Comes with the word a savior is born," and then I'm standing there singing the bass, the tenor, and the baritone part. Sing Noel, sing Noel, sing Noel. I didn't know my part. There was like 15 songs you had to learn, and
That's a
I didn't.
lot.
I couldn't be bothered.
The entire show is like an hour.
Yeah, and you do it twice in a night.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a whole day thing, and they would stick you in like a little theater that Captain EO used to be in, and you rehearsed all day, and then you got a lunch break, and then you went out and performed, and you got paid with a complimentary park hopper ticket, which you could redeem at any time after. So it was
That's
cool.
amazing.
It was really, really cool.
That was a good hookup.
Yeah, and we didn't get in the following year because our choir simply sucked after that. There's no politer way to put it. We just couldn't do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and now they can't ever go back because the parameters, like the distance changed, and if like you live too far from Disneyland, they won't accept you
Oh, that's
after
lame.
you've been rejected. So
Wow. Well, we have hit our hour, pretty much.
Oh,
I know. We could keep talking, but I don't know what else we'd talk about.
I mean,
we struggled with a lot of technical stuff today.
We did. I'm so sorry. Like, if this gets messed up, like, it's my fault. Put it on me. It's fine.
no, you're.
We'll
Sheridan.
figure it out at
You're
some
amazing.
point. But, Allie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to go get some food right now. You want to go?
Please, can you hear my stomach just
Growling.
Oh, my goodness.
make a sound stomach?
Speak to us.
Can I talk about both of you really quick?
Sure.
Okay. Guys, please follow Sheridan and Jacob on Instagram and also Harping on the Past podcast. This has been so fun, and just every episode that they put out and they talk about, and they're both talented actors. Please hire them. And
Nice words.
follow me on social media if
Yes.
you want.
Follow
I
her.
guess.
You guys.
Allie's Instagram, TikTok, all of that will be not only like I'll put it up in the video, but will be in our description.
She's famous.
Uh,
We know a celebrity. Thank you for coming, Miss Flores.
Thank you.
Hold on, wait before we go, because
Yeah.
like you're a pretty big deal on TikTok.
You
Like,
are.
how
I
did
mean-
that happen?
So
Oh, we started talking about it.
Oh yeah, we did, and then we had to technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in 2020, near the beginning of like quarantine and like staying home, a friend of mine and I were sending Instagram messages to each other that were TikToks posted on the page because we both didn't have TikTok accounts at the time, and we were talking one night, and I was like, "Yeah, I would never get a TikTok. Like, I don't know." Like,
I was on that train too.
yeah,
I was
and
like,
then
Oh,
he
same.
was like, "Allie, you could totally do this. Like, you could totally post like stage manager content. You could
is this your friend
influence everyone."
Jack?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what? You are so right. So I did it. I downloaded the app. I watched everything. I did my research, and then I just started posting videos.
How did you blow up? Because like, girl, I'm trying to blow up, and that is not happening for me.
I don't know, because sometimes the algorithm like really likes my videos, and then sometimes it doesn't. So it really depends on the algorithm and like popular sounds. Like, you really got to look at popular sounds, and then you got to like apply it to what your niche is.
I know one of the first videos that like I saw that you had posted, and I was like shocked. I was like, there are so many views and likes on this. Was you used the "That's why I love Nestle Crunch" to the Clone Wars episode.
Oh my
of
gosh, yeah.
a clone trooper getting their arm chopped off.
Yeah.
And people lost their minds, and I was like, that is genius. That
And
was
that's
so
not what
funny.
I wanted to get famous for. I was just messing around.
Hey, you
at
take
that
it and
time.
you run. You
Yeah,
go with
that's-
it.
Yeah.
That's true. I will say, like, a lot of good things have happened because of like this TikTok that I
Yeah,
started.
you've like gotten to interview touring stage managers.
Yeah.
Have you interviewed anyone from Broadway yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't know if Broadway knows I exist.
Oh my gosh, they probably
I-
do.
I am friends with Playbill on TikTok. Yeah, they follow
Juicy,
me.
juicy. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And then a few other accounts that are like New York City theater based, like, follow me too. So
Oh,
You are a celebrity.
she's a celeb.
not really.
That's so crazy.
Not like you two. You two are celebrities.
We
Allie, you better tell me how I'm a celebrity girl,
First
because
of
I
all,
am not.
thank
You're
you
my
to our
celebrities.
to our 3 listeners, because I don't know, but like I've been telling myself like only about 2 to 3 people listen to this podcast,
Yeah.
if we're lucky.
I think there's more people.
I
that
think
listen
there might be
than we
more.
thought.
I don't know, honestly, you guys, because I mean, like we always every week we're like, leave us a review, leave us a comment, and like
And we get nothing.
and no one ever does.
Come
So
on,
it's like,
people.
I never know like who's
Oh
listening.
my gosh, yes.
Sorry, I'm gonna like film this. Like,
Oh my gosh, please
Yes,
do.
please.
if
Like
you're
this is
watching
gonna
this
be-
on YouTube, like,
this is
I know.
happening like in real
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 time.
Like,
time.
that's
We're
so
really
crazy.
here doing the pod.
doing the podcast.
Go on YouTube.
Yes.
doing
Also,
it right now.
Oh, I mean, like, it's gonna go. Like, I'll probably post this like as time gets closer when you're about to like post the episode.
Okay, I think we're posting on.
we are posting the episode. This episode will be posted Tuesday.
Oh,
Tuesday.
okay, cool. So like,
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll edit
Okay.
this over the weekend and then I'll post it on Monday, and then the next day I'll be like, guys, the podcast is out.
Yeah.
And then like I can like.
We normally do it like 8 a.m. Is
Yeah.
when it comes out.
Got it.
So if you post it like Monday night, you're like, listen tomorrow.
Yeah. Normally
gosh.
we upload Thursdays, but scheduling
Yeah.
conflicts. So we uploaded our video of us singing at a cabaret instead.
We did.
It was so beautiful.
Oh.
And
Thank
I
you.
will say, fun fact.
Yeah.
I was going to do that song in a cabaret
Which song?
over summer for good. I was gonna sing it with Cassiopeia. We had this plan to surprise the cast because they wanted to hear me sing it, and I kept saying nope, nope, nope.
You said,
no, thank you. And the week we were going to do it, everyone got COVID, including me.
Oh,
So
no. Was that the week that I was like, it's not your fault? Or did you get it a second time?
Yeah, no, I didn't get it a second time. Yeah, no, God. I wish Cassiopeia would have recorded the phone call I had with her after I tested positive. I was heavily sobbing.
I felt so bad for you. Because I remember I messaged you and I was like, it's okay. It's not your fault. Like, it's going around. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Jacob, your thing turned dark.
It's getting a little warm.
Yeah,
So we
it
got to wrap it up
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
But
Thanks for having me.
We love you.
I love you both.
we love you so freaking much, and I'm so excited that I get to be working with you again.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jelly. FOMO.
And
We're gonna work on a show someday too.
That's true.
yes.
We'll go to New York and we'll all go to New York and we'll run around on TikTok and we'll get
Okay.
recognized.
Okay, good.
You know, we'll just knock on some doors. Oh, yep, and there she goes.
No.
So
Did it die?
yeah, but it's okay. The video will be fine. Just the ending part, you guys will get a picture.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Okay.
All right.
Well, we love you, Allie Flores.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
We love you
so
so
much
much.
for
Thank you so much.
being here. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.